That's nice.
The sound of Nottinghamshire.
Together, we can make a difference. BBC Radio Nottingham.
So, a moment ago I was talking about what happens when you buy a toaster from like Argos or something and it comes with an instruction manual. Nobody needs an instruction manual for a toaster. You just don't. Everyone knows how to work a toaster, don't they? And yet, one of the most amazing things you can get in your life is incredibly complicated and you don't get any instruction manual at all. Nothing. Talking about kids. Kids! They never come with a rule book. They never come with an instruction manual, do they? And if they did, it'd be absolutely humongous, wouldn't it? Because every child is different. And there are so many challenges about bringing up kids as well. There is one Nottingham charity, actually, which is trying to do something about the challenges of parenting. It's called Shifting Your Mindset, and it's setting up workshops to equip and support men from the black and minority communities in their journey as fathers. The charity's founder is Mutsa Makaka, who's here at BBC Radio Nottingham now. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for having us.
You're very welcome. Tell me about this idea then. What kind of thing have you setting up and why?
Okay. The why is, first of all, I am a single mother to two boys, so I am raising men. And it's good to have some inspiration for them. I mean, I've seen a lot in their emotional development with the fact that when they don't see their dad for a while, I can see the change in the behavioral patterns and the impact it has on them. And even the smallest of things like if something is happening at home, even though I'm there, because I try and like 100% of my efforts into being a mom, they still decide to call either uncle or dad. So there is an impact that I see visibly in the emotional and behavioral patterns. And also the number one thing for me is coming from a place of love. We did a needs analysis, like in any project, in any program. You know, you have to do a needs analysis to assess the situation. So when we did our baseline research, we found out there was a lot of young people in juvenile prisons from the BAME ethnicities, and they didn't have much involvement and engagement. And then when we looked in deeper, it showed that most of them didn't have that engagement from a young age. And if you look at research, it does show that, you know, children that don't have a father's engagement and involvement at a young age, it impacts them. Children that have more engagement and involvement from between 0 to 4 years, they're actually most likely to be successful emotionally.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So that father figure is really important to any child, really, whatever
absolutely.
background they're from. So
Absolutely.
how do you go about setting up a course, a session that can address that?
Okay, so at the moment, we have the program is set up with a 4-week session. In between the session, we look at their well-being, we look at their cognitive development of a child between 0 to 4 years. Our scope at the moment is based on the needs analysis, although the wider scope is including all dads. At the moment, it's just we're starting phase by phase. And so the 4-week program is to make sure fathers understand their role. Look at the cognitive development of the child. We look at the well-being, looking at the high rates of men's suicide rates. And then the other part is looking at real-life experiences, having mentors, experts by experiences like Wayne, to be able to come in. And then there's the advocacy, where we support all fathers, you know, some that are looking to have involvement with their kids, even though they don't, single fathers that are struggling, fathers that are trying to find their way, new, like expectant fathers. Like, it's always thought that it's always a mom's duty because we're the nurturers, we carry the child, we always think, oh, the mom will deal with that. But actually, the father has just as an important impact. So it's a 4-week program which looks at learning, mentorship, passion, well-being, and development.
Well, you mentioned Wayne, who sat alongside you. Hello, Wayne. Wayne Fearon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Tell me a bit of your story then, because when you come in and you talk to these sessions, it's your story that you're talking about, isn't it? So...
Well, basically, I grew up as a single parent, and my mother also was very much a go-getter. So I was handed from pillar to post. and didn't have much impact from the two of them really in life. But where I feel as though I could have shortened things in my life for me to be able to develop a little bit quicker was when I had my first child.
And that, I mean, it's an amazing experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
We should say that. You know, having a child is just mind-blowing almost, isn't it? That you've got this thing that you're responsible for.
At the age that I had that child...
How old were you?
I was 17. I wasn't ready.
Oh, my goodness.
So I neglected my first one. But my second one, I haven't left her. And it was encouragement from the first one when I did get in, when eventually I sorted myself out in those early years, and then... got back in touch with him. We were okay, but he encouraged me, Dad, whatever you do not leave this one. So with the experiences that I've gone and been on both sides of the fence, I can talk both sides of the fence.
What do you do differently, or what did you do differently with the second one?
Right,
I think we can all learn from this, can't we?
Yeah, well, what I basically did with the second one was with my girl child, which helped as well, because a dad, I don't know whether or not if dads are more connectedly closer in some form of way because of the female thing towards, but it was more, I can't let her down. I have to stay around. Plus there were circumstances which made me, have to stay around. Do you see what I mean? So, really and truthfully, the way how the situation is with the problems, the issues, should I say, that young fathers can have, they're going to need somebody to reason with, and with the stigma of certain things anyway within society, whether or not if it be racial, whether or not if it be down to the stigma of the way how you dress, if I was in a hoodie and a tracksuit, you wouldn't know that I was a floor layer for 31 years. Do you see what I mean? So you can't. It's with certain stigmas being played out in society. At times it's hard for the black youth to go to someone who's not maybe their same colour.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
I do see what you mean. Yeah, I do.
Because the approach at times is different. Even when let's just say, for instance, people of African descendant and Afro-Caribbean descendant tend to be expressive when they talk. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes that can be from someone who's not that origin or from not that region of the world. It's going to be hard for them to kind of like see it as that it's just the way how we talk at times. We might talk hard to each other, but we don't mean anything by it. It's just a way of being able to dialogue and get clearer understanding.
So there's some cultural issues, that what you're saying,
Yes,
cultural
yes, there
differences,
is.
if you like, that can only be addressed by this kind of thing. So how many courses have you managed to actually set up?
So actually, believe it or not, we just started this February. Thank God, Small Steps, Big Changes gave a shot to our idea because we submitted the idea last year. And they agreed to it. They're like, yes, we'll fund it. So Small Steps, Big Changes have enabled it. But then we started, because before that, you need to do a lot of discovery work, a lot of recruitment of the dads and understanding, breaking it down, like how he's saying, separating the young dads and having the mentors and the experts by experiences with them. And then we have a group for the other dads, that have more experience, more mature. And then we have a group that is combined called the Dads Talk session, which combines everybody. So we've only just started in February.
Well, it's early days. We'll watch what happens. We'll watch where it goes. Thank you for telling us a little bit about it and how it all works. Thanks for joining us on BBC Radio Nottingham. And if you're interested in finding out a little bit more, then have a quick search online, Shifting Your Mindset, if you search for that, or just have a look at the website, shiftingyourmindset.co.uk.